It's happening. The New York Knicks are one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals and as close as ever to winning an NBA Finals while all eyes are on the Knicks and the Pacers. Meanwhile, all of this has also been overshadowed by a terrifying injury to Jayson Tatum, and we are going to break all of this down and much more with a bunch of implications still going on, including an important key game that is happening right now, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here. Look, I don't start videos like this ever, and I don't really want to share exactly where I live. I live a few blocks away from MSG. If you're hearing horns honk, if you're hearing anything like that, it is pandemonium outside in Manhattan near Madison Square Garden right now. New York Knicks fans, for the first time ever, really, for the first time, people my age feel and actually see a path to the New York Knicks winning the NBA Finals that is not just, well, if we can get past blank. The New York Knicks have just positioned themselves perfectly to get past a Boston Celtics team that is dealing with injuries. Now, look, I did not want Jayson Tatum to get injured. I really did not celebrate a ton when Jayson Tatum and the Celtics lost because I knew how much his injury plays into things, and I don't want that to be how the Knicks win. We will talk a lot more about that injury, including showing a bit of the video as well, so stay tuned for that and much more. Let's do this thing. The New York Knicks, they have found themselves in a shocking position as now they have the second best odds to win the NBA Finals. The Oklahoma City Thunder are insane favorites right now to win. Mind you, it's 2-2. The Denver Nuggets could easily win that series against the Thunder, and the whole world can get thrown on its axis. As then, wouldn't you know it, who becomes the favorites? The team that is up 3-1 in the Eastern Conference semifinals right now, the New York Knicks, who are playing a Boston Celtics team who since then on FanDuel Sportsbook have been put at a plus 1,700 to win. Now that is for a multitude of reasons farther than just being down 3-1. Specifically, we're not going to pretend like it isn't because Celtics superstar Jayson Tatum did go down with that injury. Now there's a lot of talk around that, but right now we're here to talk about the New York Knicks. Again, we will get into the Jayson Tatum stuff. There's a lot to go over there. We have some new updates as well from Joe Mazzulla that have come out while I've been recording this video and while also literally right before I started recording as well. So we'll talk about that. But on top of that, we have seen absolute insanity. We saw with the New York Knicks up 9 points with under 3 minutes to go, having the Celtics on the ropes, a loose ball caused Jayson Tatum to go down in a very scary way. Now, it did not look good. I was not, again, no part of me is enjoying seeing Jayson Tatum in pain here. It really, really sucked. It felt icky. It felt gross. I did not like it. I don't want the New York Knicks to win like this. I do not want that to happen. I want the New York Knicks to win this series because to be the best, you got to beat the best. The Celtics at their best have Jayson Tatum, have Kristaps Porzingis. But at the same time, before we're going to say, well, it doesn't count or whatever, every team that's won the NBA Finals in recent memory has benefited from other teams getting injured. It's an unfortunate fact of sports that injury luck is a part of winning a championship, specifically in regards to the NBA. We saw the Boston Celtics last year. They played a Cleveland Cavaliers team that didn't have Donovan Mitchell for half the series. We saw them play an Indiana Pacers team that didn't have Tyrese Halliburton for half the series. Most of those games, or multiple games against the Pacers, were close without Tyrese Halliburton. We've seen the Dallas Mavericks deal with a bunch of injuries going up against the Boston Celtics. We saw all of that. So you go back every single year, teams have benefited off injuries. I mean, the Milwaukee Bucks had an injured Giannis in round one. Guess who makes the finals? The 8th seed Miami Heat, who beat the Bucks on the way there. We also saw the New York Knicks last year against the Indiana Pacers look like they were going to go to the conference finals. What happened? By the end of the playoffs last year, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, all injured. Multiple other Knicks injuries as well. The Knicks had 7 injuries by the time last playoffs were said and done. They were not healthy last year. They're, knock on wood, on my desk that you can't see on camera. You can see the camera shake. Right now, they're healthy. They're not perfectly healthy. Karl-Anthony Towns is dealing with an injury to his finger. Jalen Brunson is on a hobbled ankle. Mitchell Robinson is noticeably limping. It's not like this team is at full strength right now. But they are at way closer to full strength than the Boston Celtics, of course. I'm not acting like they're not. The Celtics are dealing with a terrible dose of injury luck. Also, when there are Celtics fans saying that whoever you insert player here caused whatever, you cannot listen to that. Fans get emotional. We've all done something along those lines as an NBA fan. Let's not pretend like we haven't. We saw Nets fans claim that Giannis purposely injured Kyrie Irving. That didn't happen. That was a very closer example. Tatum unfortunately went down with a non-contact injury that did cause a bunch of fear within all Celtics fans, as, I mean, it should have. It's terrible to see your best player go down like that. I mean, look, that was the wrong button. What we saw is Jayson Tatum go and dive for the ball, and his leg gave out. We'll play it again, as we saw him unable to walk off the court, but we saw him go down, and his leg gave. Typically, that is an Achilles injury. That is what happens. You can see the leg extend. We'll play it one more time. I don't relish in showing this as well. It's part of this. You see the leg sort of just give and not really make a motion. That is typically thought to be an injury to the Achilles. More of the upper middle area of that Achilles, where the tendon is, where it attaches your foot and your calf. And unfortunately, that's what it looks like. According to Joe Mazzulla right now, what's going on with Jayson Tatum is he's with the doctors. We're not going to show it again. He's with the doctors right now. They're going to get an MRI done tomorrow, and that's when they will come out with the official diagnosis on what happened to Jayson Tatum. Now, it's possible it's an ankle injury. It's possible he strained his Achilles. It's possible he hurt his calf. There's a few different possibilities here. It's likely not the calf, as we saw Tatum grabbing at his lower back foot. When he was seen in pain, you could tell that something was wrong because there was a sheer look of anger and upset more than pain. In my opinion, I thought he looked more upset and angry. Achilles injuries is a dull pain. It's more like he got hit in the back of the foot than the way that if you tear your ACL or something, that's a different, sharper pain. So it's different muscles, so it is hard to read sometimes when you're like, is he in pain? I mean, clearly he was, and I am hoping Jayson Tatum did not have a serious injury for multiple reasons. Most importantly, we don't root for injuries on other players. Knicks fans did a great job giving Jayson Tatum a huge hand. He had a phenomenal game, and he's the engine that makes the Celtics go. We want to beat the best version of the Boston Celtics, and more importantly, Jayson Tatum, he might be on TV all the time, but he's also just a person. He's a dad. He's a brother, maybe. I don't know if he has siblings, honestly. He's a son. The man does not deserve to go through any sort of injury whatsoever. It's not fair. It's unfortunate that he put his body on the line for all the people watching, for all the Celtics fans out there, and that is not what you want to see happen. All of Knicks Digest's thoughts and prayers are with Jayson Tatum to hope that he is completely okay and can play in Game 5. Now, again, as a fan, I want to see the Knicks beat the best version of the Celtics. To be the best, you have to beat the best. More importantly, as an NBA fan, you don't want to see anyone go down with an injury, specifically a serious injury. It never feels good to watch. It's truly awful. If you've ever dealt with any sort of injury at all, you completely would understand. Most people here probably have gotten injured in some capacity, and you learn quickly. It's not a good feeling. Shout out to Knicks fans for being really, really good about it and being professional, unlike how the Raptors fans did kind of cheer for Kevin Durant when he tore his Achilles. Not the right move. So hopefully Tatum's all right. That's all we're going to talk about on that front, outside of the fact that Brian Suterer and Dr. Jesse Moore both said that it looks like a torn right Achilles, according to their opinions. So that's likely what we're looking at. Hopefully they're wrong. We're really pulling for Jayson Tatum to be completely okay. We're hoping. We're certainly hoping. But look, as the way this game stands right now, we saw the Boston Celtics run on Jayson Tatum and Derek White tonight. I did not like the way the Knicks played defense in the first half. Why are you giving up open threes to Jayson Tatum and Derek White? Force Jaylen Brown to shoot not in the corner. He's an excellent corner three-point shooter. Force him to shoot threes on the other sides of the corner, and he didn't shoot well. Drew Holiday did not shoot the ball very often. He didn't shoot it well. Those are the guys you want to force into shots. Now, again, with Tatum being out, you have to shift. You have to guard Jaylen Brown a lot tighter. OG will be on him. You have to guard Derek White and glue him and not let him get open for threes. That's going to be one of their main sources of offense this game. Mikal has to be on that. He has to be denying that help, denying Derek White from getting open looks, because when White got open looks, he was cash money tonight. The Knicks got a lot better at it, and he started missing a few more shots. That's what happened more than anything else. On top of that, you have to continue to make Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown earn it in spots where they're less comfortable from three-point land. You've got to keep attacking Al Horford. He's old. Playing 38 minutes is not easy for a guy who's 38 years old. The Celtics thinned out their bench. Kristaps Porzingis played tonight and did not look very good. He had his moments for sure, but he didn't look great. He's still dealing with that illness. The Knicks have to continue to try to make Porzingis run. And again, it's not picking on a guy who's sick. It's just doing what you have to do to win, which every team does. On top of that, you look at Peyton Pritchard. He's been phenomenal this series. This was not his best game, but he still was solid. He was still a plus player for the Celtics. So you look at Pritchard, it's the same deal. You need to prevent these guys from shooting. Look, at the end of the day, Jayson Tatum, no Jayson Tatum, the Boston Celtics are in this series. This is not over. I know it may feel over, but it's not. The Knicks were up 3-2 last year, and they lost to an Indiana Pacers team that, with or without the Celtics having Tatum, is arguably worse than this Boston Celtics team, who arguably still is better. I mean, Jaylen Brown is a phenomenal player, especially when he's the best player on the court. He hits that next level. Derek White is an elite shooter. Peyton Pritchard is an elite shooter. Al Horford is an excellent veteran. If Porzingis is good to go, he is tough to beat. This series is not over. Jrue Holiday is one of the best perimeter defenders in the last 25 years, and really in NBA history. Look, this is not a done deal. New York Knicks fans need to be very careful with the celebrating. I'm not saying don't celebrate the win. Celebrate it like there's no tomorrow. But there is a tomorrow. And there's a next day. And that following day, the Knicks have to go into a hostile Boston environment, play a Game 5, and if they don't win that, Celtics are going to get some momentum, and you're going to be going back home, where the Celtics have been good this season. This is the first time they've lost in MSG, and for a lot of the game, they were winning. So the Knicks have to be careful. Knicks fans, we deserve this celebration. This is the closest we've gotten to seeing NBA Finals basketball with our favorite team in our lives. The Knicks played a great second half. I mean, Jalen Brunson, there's nothing I haven't said on this channel already. The man is truly one of the greatest Knicks of all time. And for my money, he's the third best Knick ever after Clyde at 1 and Ewing at 2. You could switch those two around if you so choose. I'm taking Clyde's rings and that incredible Game 7 performance, and I think it's uplifting him. If you want to say Ewing because he has every Knicks record, then yeah, you could say Ewing. Not going to argue that. Mikal had a phenomenal night on defense. He had 3 or 4 steals, 1 block, 23 points as well. That mid-range shot was money. OG Anunoby was phenomenal. When he shoots more than 14 shots, the New York Knicks win games. We saw that again. Karl-Anthony Towns, when he was allowed to play basketball and not getting some insane foul calls, he was great. He was attacking. He was aggressive. He didn't hit a 3 and still went 11 for 15. You love to see that out of the big man. Josh Hart, one of the most Josh Hart stat lines of all time. 6 points. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, got a steal to his name as well. That's not an excellent game from Josh. He dealt with some foul trouble, but still was a positive, a huge positive for this New York Knicks team. Mitchell Robinson, I mean, oh my God, Mitchell Robinson was good. There's no other way to say it. That man with the offensive rebounds for the first time all season. Mitch looks comfortable. Deuce McBride looked solid. This Knicks team knows how close they are to doing something that the Knicks have not done in the 2000s. They haven't done this since the first number of the year started with 1. It's been 25 years since the Knicks have made the conference finals. It's important to note that when they did, they also made the NBA finals. But it's not done yet. You have to win one more. But we could celebrate each win because it does matter to a fan base that has been starved of this and deserves this. Guys, what do you think in the comments down below? Obviously a long video, a lot to discuss. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. One more. Go Knicks.